Welcome to The Architect's Guide to a Resilient Brain, a science-backed blueprint for lifelong cognitive vitality. In this video, we'll explore how your daily choices can literally reshape your brain's structure and function at any age. Think of this as an architect's plan for designing, reinforcing, and maintaining a powerful, resilient mind across your lifespan. Your brain is not a static organ. It is constantly remodeling itself based on your actions, thoughts, and experiences. This ability to change is called neuroplasticity, often described as the brain's superpower. Neuroplasticity means that new neural pathways can be formed and existing ones can be strengthened or weakened. It also means we can influence how our brains age, for better or for worse. As psychologist Joyce Schaffer writes in Frontiers in Psychology, neuroplasticity, the capacity of brain cells to change, can have negative or positive influence at any age across the entire lifespan. Researchers estimate that if we could delay the onset of dementia by just 1 year, we might see around 9.2 million fewer cases globally by 2050. In other words, we truly do have power over our cognitive timeline. To build a resilient brain, we'll use a simple but comprehensive framework: 5 core pillars. These are the load-bearing structures of cognitive health. Move, using physical activity to strengthen the brain. Nourish, fueling the brain with the right nutrients. Challenge, keeping the mind sharp with novelty and focus. Connect, leveraging social engagement as a mental workout. Rest, using sleep and recovery as essential maintenance. By consistently investing in these 5 pillars, you're not just preventing decline, you're actively constructing lifelong cognitive vitality. The first pillar is move. Exercise doesn't just change your muscles, it profoundly alters your brain. When you move, your muscles release signaling molecules called myokines, such as irisin. Irisin can cross the blood-brain barrier and stimulate the production of BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, often nicknamed Miracle Grow for the brain. BDNF supports neurogenesis, the birth of new neurons, and strengthens synaptic connections. This is like upgrading the wiring in your brain. So, how do you apply this? First, build an aerobic foundation. Aim for at least 150 minutes per week of moderate activity, like brisk walking. This improves blood flow and can even help reverse age-related volume loss in key brain areas like the hippocampus. Second, consider adding high-intensity interval training to your routine. Studies show HIIT is especially effective at boosting BDNF, improving hippocampal memory function, and may offer protective benefits that can last for years. Third, don't overlook resistance training. Strength training improves metabolic health, creating the ideal internal environment for neurotrophic factors like BDNF to thrive. Movement isn't just for fitness, it's one of the most powerful tools we have to remodel the brain. The second pillar is nourish. The brain is the most metabolically active organ in your body, using about 20% of your total energy. Its structure and function are literally built out of the nutrients you consume. This is the realm of neuronutrition. There are 3 key nutritional domains: structure, protection, and function. First, structure, essential fats. Prioritize omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA and EPA, commonly found in fatty fish. DHA is a primary building block of neuronal membranes, helping them stay fluid and flexible, which supports healthy synaptic communication. Second, protection, your antioxidant shield. Eat a variety of polyphenol-rich foods and antioxidants: berries, leafy greens, cocoa, and green tea. These compounds help combat oxidative stress, a major driver of neurodegeneration and cognitive decline. Third, function, your metabolic machinery. Ensure sufficient B vitamins, particularly folate, B6, and B12. These are crucial for regulating homocysteine, a risk factor for cognitive decline, and for producing neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine that regulate mood, motivation, and focus. What you eat is not just fueling your day, It's building the physical and chemical foundation of your mind. Beyond basic nutrition, your gut plays a surprisingly powerful role in your mental clarity. The gut-brain axis is a bidirectional communication network between your digestive system and your brain. A healthy gut microbiome, fueled properly, produces short-chain fatty acids and neurotransmitter precursors, including those involved in serotonin production. These compounds can reduce neuroinflammation, support overall brain function, and enhance stress resilience. So how do you support this second brain? Feed good bacteria by prioritizing prebiotic fiber from vegetables, legumes, and whole grains. These are the preferred fuel of beneficial gut microbes. Introduce allies by adding probiotic and fermented foods, such as yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, or kimchi, which can help maintain a diverse and robust microbiome. And avoid saboteurs by limiting highly processed foods, refined sugars, and excess saturated fats. These can promote dysbiosis, an imbalance in gut bacteria linked with inflammation and impaired brain function. Caring for your gut is, in many ways, caring for your brain. The third pillar is challenge. The brain thrives on novelty and focused effort. When you do something new and mentally demanding, you force your brain out of automatic pilot and into active learning, creating new connections and strengthening existing ones. This is like progressive overload for the mind. Newly formed neurons from neurogenesis need new experiences to become integrated and stable parts of your neural circuitry. Here are some practical ways to challenge your brain. Learn a new skill. Take up a new language or a musical instrument. These activities combine auditory, visual, motor, and abstract processing, essentially a full-body workout for your brain. Engage in active thinking. Replace some passive entertainment with logic puzzles, strategy games, or reading about unfamiliar topics. The key is effortful thinking, not just consumption. Break routine. Take a different route to work. Use your non-dominant hand for simple tasks like brushing your teeth. These micro-disruptions force your brain to pay attention, breaking old patterns and building new neural pathways. Your brain strengthens what you regularly ask it to do. Give it challenges worth adapting to. The fourth pillar is connect. Meaningful social interaction isn't just nice to have. It is one of the most complex cognitive tasks we perform. In real time, it requires memory, empathy, attention, language, and executive function all working together. On the flip side, social isolation has been identified by Harvard researchers as a significant, modifiable risk factor for cognitive decline, depression, and dementia. To harness the power of social connection, prioritize in-person contact. Aim for at least one meaningful in-person social activity per week, such as volunteering, joining a club, or a group class. Research suggests this is a key threshold for being considered socially engaged. Engage in stimulating conversation. Talk about complex or meaningful topics. Explore others' perspectives. These deeper conversations demand far more from your brain than small talk or social media scrolling, and find purpose in community. Activities like volunteering or joining interest-based groups are linked to slower mental decline and provide a strong sense of purpose, another powerful protective factor for the brain. Healthy relationships and purposeful connection aren't just emotionally nourishing, they are literally training your brain. The fifth pillar is rest, with a special focus on sleep. During deep sleep, your brain activates the glymphatic system, a kind of cleansing mechanism that clears out metabolic waste, including proteins like amyloid beta, which can accumulate during the day. Sleep is also when memories are consolidated, transferring short-term experiences into more stable long-term storage. Chronic poor sleep can impair neurogenesis, increase neuroinflammation, and disrupt the blood-brain barrier, which protects the brain from harmful substances. To protect your brain through rest, prioritize 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Even adding 1 extra hour of quality sleep has been associated with lower risk of stroke and depression in older adults. Practice stress management. Chronic elevation of cortisol, the stress hormone, can damage memory centers like the hippocampus. Daily mindfulness, breathing exercises, or meditation can help protect these circuits. And maintain sleep hygiene. Keep a consistent sleep and wake schedule. Create a dark and cool bedroom environment and limit screen time before bed. These habits support deeper, more restorative sleep. Sleep is not a luxury, it's essential brain maintenance. To design a resilient brain, you also need to understand the threats that quietly undermine it. A landmark Harvard-affiliated review identified 17 modifiable factors that increase the risk of stroke, dementia, and late-life cognitive problems. These fall into 3 broad categories. First, lifestyle factors: smoking, unhealthy diet, excessive alcohol use, physical inactivity, and poor sleep. Second, metabolic and medical factors: high blood pressure, high cholesterol, high fasting blood sugar, diabetes, obesity, and severe kidney disease. Third, psychosocial factors: chronic stress, chronic pain, hearing loss, social isolation, lack of purpose, and untreated depression. The key message is that many of the biggest risks to brain health are modifiable. By addressing these, you're not only improving overall health, you're directly protecting your brain. One especially important insight: what's good for your heart is good for your brain. Your brain depends on a healthy circulatory system. When blood vessels are damaged by high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or diabetes, your brain is essentially starved of oxygen and nutrients. It also becomes less able to clear toxic proteins. In the Harvard analysis, high blood pressure had the largest pooled effect size, making it the single most important factor to manage for brain health. Protect your vascular system, and you're directly safeguarding your cognitive future. Knowing all this, where do you start? This 30-day plan gives you a simple, progressive foundation. The goal is consistency, not intensity. Just 15 to 20 minutes a day is enough to begin reshaping your brain. In week 1, focus on attention and memory. Spend 5 to 10 minutes a day on mindfulness meditation, simply observing your breath or your thoughts without judgment. And take a new route to a familiar destination to gently disrupt habitual patterns. In week 2, target logic and creativity. Do 10 minutes a day of a logic puzzle, like Sudoku or a similar challenge. And try the alternative uses exercise. Pick a common object, like a paperclip or a mug, and brainstorm as many unconventional uses as you can. In week 3, lean into applied learning. Spend 15 minutes a day learning a new skill, such as a language, a musical instrument, or a technical skill you've always wanted to explore. Also, use your non-dominant hand for a simple, everyday task, like eating, writing a short note, or brushing your teeth. In week 4, bring everything together through holistic integration. Combine physical and cognitive activity. For example, listening to a challenging podcast or lecture during a walk. And keep a daily reflection journal to consolidate learning. Track changes in mood or focus, and note which activities feel most beneficial. These small, targeted actions compound over time into significant cognitive benefits. Your brain is highly plastic, and that is incredibly hopeful. By intentionally and consistently applying the 5 pillars: move, nourish, challenge, connect, and rest, you're not just avoiding decline. You are actively building a brain that is resilient, vibrant, and agile well into later life. Ultimately, your daily habits, your environment, and how you manage treatable medical issues write much of the story of your cognitive future. You are the architect. The blueprint is in your hands. Take one action today, just one, from any of the 5 pillars. Your future brain will thank you.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.